Alright, what's going on? Welcome back, card slinging maniacs. We are here to talk about Hearthstone's core set and building a deck entirely with the core set cards because I know some people are going to be wanting to get into the game, wanting to get their friends into the game, and free to play decks are the way to do that. I feel like, you want something with a little bit of cohesion. Um, but not exactly a high barrier to entry, which makes a lot of sense to me. So with that being said, we are looking at a warrior deck list here, a warrior standard deck because all the core set cards are going to be standard, of course. Although that doesn't mean you can't play them in the wild format. So with that being said, we have some really solid one drops. Anything on this one drop section is a really good play on turn one, and that's what I really wanted to establish. Bloodsail Deckhand just being a 1 mana 2/1 has a little bit of a text error at the bottom there. Global Race Pirate. Um, but anyway, so it's a 1 mana 2/1, and the next weapon you play costs one less. So when we get on down to our Fiery War Axe, we can then play that on turn two, or we can play it later for a discount either way. So that kind of works out nicely. Plus, it's just a 1 mana 2/1, which is a pretty good stat line. It does kind of begin to get our gameplay started in the right direction. Then we have Mistress of Mixtures. You're going to see this one a lot in the budget decks. Just having a 1 mana 2/2 that makes sure the game doesn't end super fast is really nice for anything kind of going mid-range or control. Um, you know, I mean, it's not that great for aggro because you do not want to be healing your opponent for 4. But everything a little bit slower than aggro will be more than happy to run this card, just so they do not get run over. Sorry, just tipped my mic there. So, then we got Sir Finley Murgleton. A 1 mana 1/3, we can swap our hero power for a new one. And not only that, it's going to give us an option of 3 different hero powers. So we get to decide what we want. Like, say, if we're facing against a hunter, we might want some armor gain or the priest's basic heal ability. Um, Whereas if we're playing against another slower deck, maybe we want something like the hunter's hero power to pressure the opponent, or the warlock's hero power is going to be almost universally useful, just getting us an additional card. Each time we hit that button. So yeah, just there's a lot of beneficial effects you can choose from when picking a new hero power. So that's why he's nice. Worgen Infiltrator, just a 1 mana 2/1 with stealth to go ahead and get us established on board without being able to, be so cleanly wiped off of it. Having stealth makes it really hard for it to get taken out in the first couple turns of the game, letting us establish more threatening stuff while he still has to worry about this. So very cool. Then we got Armorsmith, Cruel Taskmaster. This is just basically leveraging that we have board control. I mean, Armorsmith is going to give you an armor each time a friendly minion takes damage. So if the enemy goes to clear your stuff, you get armor. If you trade into their stuff, you get armor. You just getting armor is really nice, especially since we might have that warlock hero power. So then we have Cruel Taskmaster. Just dealing 1 damage to something will be enough to kill it sometimes. So we can kill enemy 1 health creatures. We can also give one of our minions +2 attack. So that can make it really useful for trading into stuff, clearing the enemy stuff when they have a little bit stronger minions than we do. Very nice effect. Excuse me. Then we got the Fairy Dragon. Can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. That's good because we're not going to usually want to target it, and that means the opponent can't target it either. So it's a nice kind of 2 mana 3/2 that can't be taken out super easily. Then we got Plated Beetle, a 2 mana 2/3. Death Rattle, we gain some armor. As we've seen, armor gain can be useful, especially with that Warlock hero power. Excuse me, I'll try to edit that out. Then we got Bash. 3 mana, deal 3 damage, gain 3 armor. So it's kind of a slow kind of card. Deal 3 damage for 3 mana is a bit rough, but gaining the armor can save us in an aggressive matchup. It's also 3 mana for 3 damage isn't unheard of either. So I mean, just getting to clear a like small to lower mid range kind of minion is really nice. Then we got Fiery War Axe. This will let us clear a couple minions, or just hit our opponent in the face when we need to. Frothing Berserker. This just again benefits us for having board control. He'll get bigger and stronger and meaner the more we trade our stuff into the opponents. Then we got Tar Creeper. This is to guard our more valuable minions, or save them from enemy trades, because the enemy's also probably going to want to trade with our stuff and get better trades off on us. So Tar Creeper prevents that by being a nice 3 mana, 3/5 taunt on the opponent's turn, and kind of guarding in our important stuff. Then we got Bloodhoof Brave, 4 mana, 2/6, has +3 attack when it's damaged. So it starts off as a 4 mana 2/6, and that's like usually not the best stat line. But then once it becomes a 5 attack creature, then they're really going to start losing stuff as they try to attack into it and clear it up. Then you got Cobalt Scalebane. At the end of your turn, you give another random friendly minion +3 attack. So this, just being on your field, brings you closer and closer to winning. Because it buffs the smaller creatures on your side. You know, you can trade into the enemy's creatures. You can swing face for more damage. It's just a really nice card if you can keep it alive on your side of the field. So that is why it is there. It'll help us kind of close out games, I'm hoping. Then we got Darius Crowley, 5 mana, 4/5 rush. When this attack and kills a minion, you get +2/+2. So yeah, he can kind of run up in there, kill something, stay alive, and hopefully just keep taking stuff out. But even if he's only able to take out 1 or 2 things, he's definitely paying for himself. He's almost like a removal piece rather than a creature, but it's also a creature in the sense that the opponent has to worry about somehow taking him out eventually. Then we got Talon Forging, 5 mana, 3/3, taunt, divine shield, death rattle, draw your highest cost minion. So here, this will guard for our weaker minions. It will also draw us into Ysera the Dreamer when he dies, or Darius Crowley if we already have Ysera, and so on. You know, he'll just draw whatever the highest cost is currently in your deck. But yeah, pretty useful card. And then speaking of Ysera the Dreamer, this is our finisher basically. 9 mana, 4/12, Battlecry. Add 1 of each dream card to your hand. Now those dream cards have various different effects. One gives a unit +4/+4, and then killing it. One lets you bounce a creature back to the opponent's hand. Another one is a 3/5 for 3 mana, untargetable by spells. And then you have a 4 mana 7, I think it's a 7/6 dragon. So yeah, just a whole bunch of useful effects, and it'll straight up fill your hand with useful stuff to do, which is really important when it comes to closing out kind of a game. I was going to go with Alexstrasza the Lifebinder, which here, I can show you that here. Alexstrasza the Lifebinder. I was going to go with this card. This card would let you deal 8 damage to any target, or heal 8 to face if you need it. I decided against that because I feel like you're already going to have board control, and if you don't, you probably lost the game already. So Ysera just kind of leverages what you can already do and gives you more options rather than, hey, you can only deal damage or heal. You know, so just having more options in the overall toolbox from Ysera the Dreamer, I think is very important. So yeah, hopefully you guys kind of like this. This has been a kind of tempo warrior budget list that hopefully you can get your friends into the game, playing with you, and you know, and tell them welcome from OBJ Pusher here on YouTube. That's I'm glad they found this amazing game. All right, thank you guys.